Who's the most important man this country ever knew? Who's the man our president tell all their troubles to? No, it isn't Mr. Bryan, and it isn't Mr. Hughes. And I'm mighty proud that I'm allowed a chance to introduce Barney Googa with his googly eyes. Barney Googa had a wife 3 times his size. She sued Barney for divorce. Now he's living with his horse. Barney Googa with his googly eyes. Who's the greatest lover that this country ever knew? Who's the man that Vasilino takes his hat off to? No, it isn't Douglas Fairbanks that the ladies rave about. When he arrives, who makes the wives chase all their husbands out? Who? Barney Googa with his googly eyes. Barney Googa bet his horse would win the prize. When the horses ran that day, Sparkplug ran the other way. Barney Googa with his googly eyes. Who's the greatest admiral the whole world ever knew? Who's the man who sunk the Navy in a birch canoe? No, it isn't Mr. Dewey that succeeded in this test. Say, who's the gent whose back is bent with medals on his chest? Who? Why, if you fellas don't know, you're just as dumb as the fellow who thinks Rex Beach is a summer resort. It's none other than Barney Googa with his googly eyes. Barney Googa is the luckiest of guys. If he fell into the mud, he'd come up with a diamond stud. Barney Googa with his googly eyes. Who's the greatest batter that this country ever saw? Who's the man who hits a ball 1,000 miles or more? No, it isn't Mr. Stifler, and it isn't Mr. Cobb. Say, he's the youth who made Babe Ruth go out and get a job. Well, the horses are at the post. If Sparkplug wins by a nose, he ought to win by at least 10 yards. They're off. Who's that in front? That's lunch hour, 12 to 1. Onion is going strong. Go on, Sparkplug. My goodness. Garlic wins by a breath. Sparkplug is so far behind, I think he'll win the next race. See how sad he looks. Who? Barney Googa with his googly eyes. Barney Googa bet his horse would win the prize. Sparkplug ran as fine as silk till somebody hollered milk. Barney Googa with his googly eyes.